Welcome to the Music Festivals podcast. This is the show that helps you get to know music festivals, festival venues, and campgrounds before you go. I'm your host, Neighbor Nate, and I'm glad you're in the neighborhood. Welcome back, neighbors, to episode number 70 of the Music Festivals podcast. This is the show that helps you get to know music festivals, festival venues, and campgrounds before you go. And as always, I'm your host, Neighbor Nate. Still has not changed, not after all this time. Whippersnap 2026 is literally happening around me right now. In fact, I'm not really even here. I'm probably live switching or doing an interview or doing some technical thing, but that technically means that I am actually in two places at once. So chew on that for a little bit. It's kind of trippy. Today, we're digging into a South Florida band that's also going to be playing at Whippersnap, and I am super excited for these guys. I have gotten into them hardcore. They are on my everyday playlist, so I'm very excited that we have some folks from Guavatron joining the show. They're going to be playing this weekend as well. And I also get to introduce another festival documentary that we're going to be working on that's happening right down the road from us in Dade City. And this one's sure to be a really good time. I think you're going to want to check this out, so stay tuned for that. But before we get into today's show, I want to recognize and send out a big thank you to all of our presenting sponsors. And those folks are DLaw Coffee, Whippersnap Music and Arts Festival, the Florida Sand Music Ranch, and the Will McLean Foundation, as well as their upcoming festival, the Will McLean Festival. They are the supporters of us here at the Music Festivals podcast. And without these supporting neighbors, this little nomadic ethnography of music festivals would not even be possible. So if your brand is looking to build real awareness with music festival audiences nationwide, we'll be streaming or filming documentaries at more than 30 festivals in 2026. And this is part of our inaugural MFP tour, first time we've ever done this. Our live streams are provided to both promoters and for the viewers at no cost. We don't charge them any money. So we do all of this through your support. And if your brand or venue or festival is looking for affordable creative sponsorships, go ahead and head on over directly to musicfestivalspodcast.com/sponsor, or you can scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. You're going to find a full list of festivals that are already booked or in process there. We have single and multi-fest packages available, and we hope that we can add yours to them. When we come back from the break, we're going to explore another Florida festival that will happen right down the road in Dade City, and that's March 6th through March 9th, 2026 at the Withlacoochee River Park. I really hope I got that right. I have no idea. But if mountains are more your thing, these guys also have a second Colorado festival, and that runs June 12th through the 15th, 2026. And that's at the Hummingbird Ranch in Spanish Peaks Country, Colorado. We're going to get into what those festivals are and what they're all about right when we come back. Welcome back, neighbors. You should come to Whippersnap. You can still get tickets. It's happening. Come and visit us. Before we get into my conversation with Adonis Guava, I do want to tell you about another festival documentary that we are super excited about. So camper vans have become this serious growing trend over the past decade, at least from what I can tell. And now there's companies producing them, and there's DIYers building them. And this idea of off-grid, super eco and efficient camping in a vehicle has really taken off. If you remember back to my 2024 trip to Renewal, that was out in Buena Vista, Colorado, that was my very first time experiencing camping in a camper van. It was rented, but it definitely delivered for the weekend. So that brings us to a festival called Peace Love Vans. Peace Love Vans Florida 2026 takes place March 6th through March 9th, and that is at the Withlacoochee River Park in Dade City, Florida. That's just up the road from us in the Florida Sand Music Ranch. It's the festival's original location north of Tampa, and it's a scenic wooded park where hundreds of vans form a van life village. And the entire weekend has workshops and music and vendors and raffles and communities and activities and pretty much everything that you can imagine at a festival. So not dissimilar from HangCon, but now we're talking about camper vans. This is really cool. We're excited to announce that Music Festivals Podcast will be on site to document that experience, the builds, the stories. We're going to talk to some founders. We're going to get pics of the culture and the people who are really defining what this modern nomadic community looks like. I actually think we're among them. We're kind of nomads ourselves. There will be a lot more coming on Peace Love Vans in the next few weeks, but for now, here's a glimpse of what it's all about. This video was actually produced by their team over there, and it's pretty cool, so check it out.
I love Peace, Love, and Vans. This is so much fun.
One of the coolest things about Peace, Love, and Vans is that it's a community that builds over 3 days. Everyone's stoked to be here, we're stoked to be here, and that's a really unique thing to find.
We've been to van life rallies in Oregon, California, and Colorado, and nobody does it as good as Peace, Love, and Vans because they're just disorganized. I mean, it would be crazy. They'd have a nationally famous speaker, but you don't know where he is because they didn't make you a chart of what's going on and a map of where it's going on.
Yeah, so I've been to a lot of events, Overland Expos, Adventure Event Expos, things like that, but this one kind of separates this one from those. It's really more about the community here. This is not just an event to kind of show off products and vans.
The van community is amazing. We haven't met one person that we don't like. Everyone's very friendly.
Everybody's excited to be here. Everybody's excited to share knowledge, experiences, and of course we are too. And just makes it fun.
This event's pretty cool because it's a very well put together and organized event compared to some of the others in the area, and it's just a really good time.
This is a gathering. It truly is. It's to build the community and show that we're all in this together, and we really like that. We like being a part of it.
Peace, Love, and Vans truly lives up to their name. Everything is exactly as advertised. Some of the other events we've attended, they plan out a lot of activities and structured events, but they just sometimes fall short in organizing it properly.
Blown away by the stage setup. That is tremendous. That is so professional.
The music has been amazing. Amazing.
The reason that it is so well organized in comparison to other events is that this event is run by a company that is in business year-round. They're thinking about this event 6 months out, 8 months out. I think that's the most important part of this event, because when you're here, the way that everything's structured as far as the layout, the fact that they have streets and designated, areas so you can actually pinpoint if someone is confused as to where they're at, you can actually show them a map and point out exactly where they're at. That's a huge, huge upside in comparison to some of the other festivals.
Everybody is just so nice. It is such a great community, and events like this just allow us to all come together at one place, and it's just a great several days, and yeah, it's fantastic.
Like I said, neighbors, it looks like a real good time. Make sure that you tune in over the next few weeks to get more updates on Peace Love Vans. And if you'd like to visit the official website, that's peacelovevans.com. That link and some others will also be in the show notes. And when we come back, we're going to get right into our conversation with Adonis Guava from Guavatron. So make sure you come back.
Hey y'all, it's Drury from DLaw Coffee Company. Let's take it from the beginning. Hi, my name is Drury Anderson, and I'm a 21-year-old musician from Alabama. Music has always been a part of me, and I'm super lucky to be traveling around touring with my best friends. Whether it's playing music or putting together something for my friends, I've always been passionate about the power of a shared experience. As some of you know, touring around the country involves a lot, and to me, good coffee is essential to staying fueled while on the road. After consulting with friends in the business, I decided to give it a go. My goal is simple: get coffee to people all over who need it the most. So whether you play music, love music, or your passion lies somewhere else, DLaw Coffee is here for you. Fuel the music.
Am I here banding or stand 'cause I'm alone?
All right, neighbors, I'm here with Adonis Guava. And can you say the last name again for me? It's Fragikakis?
Frangiskakis, yeah. Frangiskakis.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I love butchering names at the beginning of interviews.
It's all good, man.
But people, so they gave you the nickname Guava. Tell me a little bit about that.
So it's just because it's, the band Guavatron. It's something I actually changed my Facebook name to Adonis Guava like years ago just because the last name was long and stuff. But now obviously I always have loved my last name, but
Yeah.
um
Well, once it's on Facebook, it's officially official, right?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So you guys are West Palm Beach?
Yeah, West Palm Beach base, that's where our studio is. We all live close to the area.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
So
What's up, neighbors?
yeah, so we just moved down here. We've been down here for a couple months. The Florida music scene is really robust. Talk a little bit about the South Florida music scene where you are, because I've noticed there's a lot of variety in this state.
There is. I mean, down here, I would say the scene is maybe a little slept on. We do have a really nice jam community that many people maybe from out of state coming through might not realize yet. But we do have a lot of good community in our music scene as far as the jam scene goes. And then obviously in this area, there's heavy like reggae, there's punk, there's everything, man. Really bluegrass. It's a nice scene, and we're part of the jam scene, obviously, which I don't know. I just consider it all like the music community. It's all the same scene or whatever.
Yeah, you
But
guys.
yeah, there's a lot of loving, fans and friends that are dedicated to supporting live music, I would say.
And you guys are lean more on the Jamtronica side. So I always ask, like, who were your influences to get into that? Like,
I mean, my personal influences, I mean, for this style of music, obviously, the band, we've had a lot of different iterations in lineups from the past and stuff. So I would say, early on, we were heavy into the Disco Biscuits. That's I mean, I guess every Jamtronica band would kind of be, but there was probably about a year where I just like emerged into that music, like just specifically the Biscuits. I know this sounds crazy, but I only listened to Disco Biscuits literally every day. It was like I was studying it. I was really embracing like that flow of style of music.
Yeah.
But other influences of the bands are obviously like heavy on the Jamtronica side. We love STS9, Papadosio. We're big fans of Dopapod, Fish. It is the standard. We all have different, subgenres that we all personally like Grant Green. There's just other guitar players. I'm a fan of like alternative emo music, even like I like it all, man. But as far as the jam stuff comes, I think we're inspired by those bands, but also in some sense, like life in general, I feel like inspires music. It doesn't have to be like a band you listen to. It can just be experiencing, music with somebody, just life experiences. It's all the same thing, man.
yeah,
Music and life are pretty equal in my
yeah.
world. That's
Well, and it's interesting you say that because yeah, a lot of life is about improvisation too, and you guys are heavy improvisation in the music, but you also have a lot of structure. How do you balance that spontaneity between the two?
so, I would say for one, our songwriting process is different every song. I would say we don't have like a set way we write. Sometimes we have two songs that somebody wrote and then I wrote, and then we kind of collab them together and they just work out. So I guess the run of a Guavatron song, it depends the set and how the flow is, but we have like the structured sections that we know, and then eventually, somewhere pretty much in every song we have a section we will dedicate to the jam section, which becomes obviously way longer than the actual structure of the song. So it's like you have I don't know, 3-minute structure, 30-minute jam or whatever, give or take, and then back into the song. And then sometimes we do like the sandwich kind of style, biscuits and fish, all the the jams are heavy on that like structure, song, jam, like different song, jam, and then the song you started with. Kind of, it's
Yeah.
one way of stacking that. But the improv is definitely very heavy in our band, and I would say a lot of jam bands. But as I think of it, there are some jam bands that I feel don't really sit on the true improv, like I don't know. It depends, but not to knock anything or it's all really good, but we truly like just flow and listen to each other.
So like when one of you guys takes a risk, right? Like and goes somewhere, I'm sure there's a lot of eye contact communication, the audience can
Oh
see
yeah.
that. But like
Yeah.
how and when do you know where it's like, okay, here it comes. Yeah, this is it. Or nope, got to go somewhere else. Like,
So that's a great question. I would say with improvisation in Guavatron and probably most bands, there is a lot of eye contact, but it's more of like you just kind of know, it's a feeling like shared between the four of us and just anyone genuinely that you're jamming with. Like I think if you just kind of get it, you get it. You know what I mean? That's something that can't be like taught or shown to. It's you just kind of work on that feeling that I'm talking about. Like somebody will start building, and then you just kind of feel like, hey, this is like going there, and you're just
like an energy connection
like an
almost.
energy connection or like telepathically connecting in some way. I would say
Yeah.
maybe not exactly that, but I would say that's there's no structure in that. There's no I'm gonna show you the way. Like, there's people that have asked me to like how do you do that and how can you like teach me that? And I don't think it can be taught. I think you just have to connect with the people you're playing with. Even if it's somebody you've never met and you're playing with them, you kind of share that like that energy feeling, I guess I could put it in that way.
Yeah, yeah,
That really directs the music,
yeah.
it's
For
just
some of
just
the
that.
stuff you guys play, it's really, really fast paced, but then fast paced, but then it seems like you almost get loungy, like almost an after party type of vibe.
Oh, we
Um,
love lounge. Yep.
yeah, that it reminds me like 90s Paul Oakenfold sometimes, like the after party
Mm.
mixes and whatnot. But how do you feel that where it's like, okay, it's time to take it and slow it down? And again,
Well,
is it just
I
that
think
energy?
well, it is that energy, and it's just in general, like if you're doing improv, it's like you have to have dynamics. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
it's 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 a part of like it's like what we were saying earlier. It's like life itself. You're always it's a roller coaster. It's not like it's all like this or like all like this. Sometimes you're low, sometimes you're high. I feel like in music, you have to bring that dynamic
yeah,
to have like a successful improv jam, because you can't have the high without the low and in the middle. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, sometimes we like to keep it just straight going, but you kind of feel that it is just a sense of feel.
It's from being in the audience, like there is that you talk about that energy flow, that back and forth, and you get that in the audience too. I'm
Well,
always
we feel
curious.
that from the audience,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
So are you guys paying attention or does it just kind of pop up like everybody goes, oh, what's the audio? And then like, is it a moment in
No,
time or are you always looking?
I believe. Are you saying looking like at the audience or at each other
I mean,
or?
like in terms of like where your attention is, like how much are you reading the
Oh,
audience
okay.
versus connecting with the audience?
So the audience, I think it's all just one big energy. Like if you're at a show and there's a raging audience, you don't even have to look at them. You just feel that
Yeah,
shit, dude.
that's
You
cool.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
it's and it's back and forth. I'm sure they feel that from us, but I have the children.
yeah, yeah,
That's the best part of it, man. Is just being able to connect with an audience without even like really you see them, but it's like, hey, like I feel you more, and I'm sure we're pushing that right back at. It's like back and forth. It's
yeah.
there's no trick to that. I mean, we've played some rooms that have been empty, but it's obviously more fun to play to like a crowd that is just blowing all this energy at you. But
Yeah.
it's
It's
you
interesting
know
to watch your face change when you start thinking about that and that feeling comes back. Like you,
yeah, yeah.
it's interesting because it does. There's like that you can put yourself back. Like I got a little buzzy too when I think about like being in front of the show and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great feeling on it. I mean, I would say my happy place, I guess,
Yeah, that's
is
awesome.
is on stage with the guys doing some
You guys have
stuff.
brought your happy place to a lot of different people, especially in 2025. Talk a
Oh
little bit
yeah,
about
man.
your last year and touring and things like that.
So our last year, we did a lot of stuff that were new to us. Like we made our way through the Northeast for even just for my very first time being in that area. Like I had never gone to Philly or New York, which is kind of wild. But we pushed all the way up there, Vermont. We did Nectars that just passed not passed away. Nectars that just closed down. We got to play there one time before that. We hit a lot of cool new spots, made some new friends and stuff. So that was last year. And there was obviously some more stuff I'm probably forgetting. And this year, I don't know if we should go into that now or
Yeah. You've got some
okay.
stuff coming up, so we're
Well,
gonna see you
so
at Whippersnap. Yeah.
yeah, so first off, we have one thing before that, but we can talk about Whipper because that's kind of what this is all about. So Whippersnap, we're very excited about. I believe this is their third year here in Florida. If I'm not mistaken, this is our third year playing too. We've been luckily invited back every year, so that's a huge plus. Shout out to Shane. Um, but yeah, that's a great festival, and it has a lot of history for Guavatron on these grounds that you're living at. We used to be a big part of Orange Blossom Jamboree, which was like
This is
OBJ.
yeah.
That we played that probably 10 years in a row, if not more, or something like that.
It seems like
And
that was a
that
legendary fest.
it was legendary, man. And for one, to shout out Russ Bowers and Andy Lytle, who does sound for Billy Strings now. That was their like baby, and I'm sure there's other people involved, but they were who we connected with to get on those lineups, and that was like the big push for Guabatron was those festivals and the little smaller Florida. There was a home team New Year's rally. There was a lot of those little like grassroots ones were kind of what built our band into like, hey, this is like special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to have a festival back there that is like the same community of people, and it's just an awesome experience to be invited back there again for Whippersnapper. Yeah,
So
man.
what else happens then after Whippersnap? What are you guys doing? What's on the books
Okay,
for?
so actually, before Whippersnap, we actually have a show in my hometown, Lake Worth Beach, Florida. We have this like it's like for the city, they're shutting down like the J Street. It's called the J Street Block Party. That's February 13th.
Okay.
And we actually have our drummers out of town. So we're using a good friend band, the Heavy Pets drummer, Jamie Newitt, will be drumming with us that night. So it'll be really awesome. Then we have Whippersnapper the Friday the 21st. We have a good stuff. We don't have anything planned yet because we don't make the set till like probably that day, but it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And then we have our own music festival. It's just a day fest for now, but we did the first one last year.
Okay.
It's called Guava Fest. It's in Stuart, Florida. This year it falls on March 7th. It's a Saturday. And we do two sets of Guavatron. This hasn't been announced yet, but we're going to do one improv set, fully improv, and then one regular set. Yeah, so we haven't put that out yet, but it's all good. And this year we have DJ Brownie from the Disco Biscuits. He's doing two sets. He's going to do a regular set and then a silent disco set. We have bands like the Heavy Pets are playing a set. Another band, Tasty Vibrations, some DJs, Ambeek, Digital Laundry, Bootloader, just to name a few. So that's just our fest. So that's a very important staple. We did really well last year, and I'm hoping to do great this year and move it on into a bigger venue and whatnot. And then after that, we have a little southeast run. We're doing like a Friday, March 13th is we're playing in Savannah, Georgia at this place Congress Street Social Club. It's just a cool little venue, outdoor area. And then March 14th, the Saturday, one of our favorite home away from homes would be Asheville, North Carolina. We have a nice friend and fan base over there. So we're doing Asheville Music Hall Saturday, March 14th, and that's with a local electrochemical And then Digital Laundry, who's our bass player, he does like a DJ thing as well. And then the next night, that Sunday, we're playing in Greenville, South Carolina at man, I'm having a brain fart of the venue. I didn't write that part down.
That's all right. We'll get links in the show notes.
We'll get links in. Yeah. So Greenville, South Carolina. It's a brewery though, and it's gonna be our first time there, so it'll be awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, and that it sounds like you guys got some pretty nice places and nice venues.
Yeah, for sure, man. We've been at this for a long time. And I think we're definitely a very big staple in at least the Florida scene and then some, I would say. But we're definitely pushing for some more stuff this year and some festivals and stuff. So hopefully those all fall through and or come through.
This idea of a fully improvised set is really piquing my interest. Like that seems like it'd be really cool.
Well, you got to come out, man.
Yeah, that definitely sounds cool. Well, dude, I
Yeah.
appreciate you talking with me. We're again, loved the show last year at Whippersnap. I got some video that I'll work into this. Definitely looking forward to seeing you guys streaming it. It's gonna be a good time. So
Epic, man. Yeah, we look forward to it, dude. And thanks for having me.
yeah,
Later,
appreciate you,
neighbors.
brother. Cheers, man.
All right.
And that's it for this week, neighbors. My thanks to Adonis for taking time to talk with us. Literally a busy guy. Whippersnap is happening right around us. So if you are not watching the live stream yet, that's how you're going to get to see me in two places at once. You should put them side by side. That'd be sweet. But make sure to tune into that. You can find it on the YouTube channel. You can find it on Facebook, and you can find it on all the festival channels as well as all of our influencers who have come to join us this weekend. So shouts out to Muggs from Mugnify Reacts, to Danny from wearetheluckyones.org, as well as Steiner from Secondhand Talent Podcast. All of these folks are helping us as live stream anchors this weekend, and we are super delighted to have them on site. Definitely make sure to watch Guavatron's set. That's happening from 9 p.m. to 10:15 p.m. tonight, so tune into the live stream for that. How's that for some real-time podcasting, right? Yeah. Make sure that you subscribe to musicfestivalspodcast.com and the neighborhood newsletter. That's where you're going to get these live stream announcements for 2026. Again, they're provided free to you. Festival news and updates come there too, as well as documentary announcements and subscriber events that are happening at a festival near you, probably right outside my camper at this point. Next week, yeah, you guessed it, we're going to have a recap of Whippersnap, full recap. It's going to be good. Enough said. Make sure to tune in next Friday for that episode. You're going to see even more that's not on the live stream. We can't live stream everything, but there's a lot that happens. So make sure you check out that episode. If you are listening to the audio podcast, you're missing all the great pictures. So thank you very much, but please rate the show while you're there and then head directly over to YouTube and subscribe and make sure that you get all of the videos, including the documentaries, the live sets, the interviews, the shorts, the whole shebang. It's all cool. Join the conversation with your neighbors in the comments on YouTube, or you can go to the Music Festivals Podcast Facebook page, or you can find me on Instagram at NeighborNateFests or at Nate Riggs. Again, I want to thank our presenting sponsors, DLaw Coffee Company, Whippersnap Music Arts Festival, Florida Sand Music Ranch, the Will McLean Foundation, and the Will McLean Festival, which is coming up. We're going to have more on that in the coming weeks as well. As always, I am Neighbor Nate, and I hope to be your neighbor at a festival very soon. Hell, maybe you're camped right next to me right now at Whippersnap. I'm going to go check it out. Come find me. I've got a cool-ass Whippersnap chip for you.